I'm Chris Berman. Got a lot of games to cover. Let's get at it. In our first game this week, we had the Packers come away with a 7-point win. Mike stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Dante Hall pulled down 100-plus receiving yards and helped his Chiefs beat the Broncos. In the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, we had the Eagles get squeezed out by 4 points. Up in the HHH Metrodome, we had the Vikings fall by 10 points. The Ravens defense held their opponents to under 150 passing yards in their win at the Cleveland Browns Stadium. Colts, Patriots. Mike Eccles is on an island sometimes, but if you leap like that and with his size, only the quarterback can get him. Does he have the wheels? No way, Jose. Touchdown, 65 yards. The Colts go on to win this by the final score of 45-31. The Lions won on the road and will now head home to meet the Texans. Jerry Porter stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Travis Henry rushed for 2 touchdowns and helped his Bills beat the Jaguars. Deep in Cajun country in New Orleans, we had the Saints lose by a narrow 5-point margin. We had a big trade also of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
We'll shift gears now just a little and have a look at a few trades that should certainly be of interest. Darren Howard leaves the Saints and is on the move to the Panthers. And it's clear this was an area of their football team that needed somebody. In exchange, they'll get someone to beef up their roster. Jake Delhomme is just one of those guys you love to have on your team. He'll be an immediate factor for his new mates.
Bengals, Jets. Chad Pennington in the red zone at the 14. He calls the signals and buys time with a quick rollout. Now on the move again, kind of flings it. Oh, man, got the 2 feet in, touchdown. The Jets win this one by the final score of 31-26. Down at Pro Player Stadium, we had the Dolphins edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. The Chargers got 300-plus yards from their offense in their victory at Reliant Stadium. The Buccaneers won on the road and will now head home to meet the Seahawks. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Bennett sticks out on this list as one of the more costly injuries. It's a torn calf muscle, and the doctors are estimating he'll be out for 6 weeks. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Michael Barrow is probably the one that most leaps out at you. He'll be out for 11 weeks. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
And in our final game, we had the Cardinals come away victorious. So as usual, plenty of surprises around the NFL. And heck, we just got into week 1. My primetime players' game balls go out to these gentlemen, each one with a fine start to the season. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.